Hey, fifth grade, hope all is going well while we're going through this rough time. This is Mr. Ratell. Just wanted to help you guys out and get a couple lessons posted in case you had any questions. Also, while I'm doing this, if you guys have any questions, make sure you email them or comment on the YouTube page, and I'll get quick lessons set up to hopefully make things easier for you to understand. So the first lesson I'm going to go over is 12.1, converting customary units. This lesson will be mostly based on length. The nice thing with this is if we can get length down easily, capacity, volume, all kind of follow suit. So we're going to start, and there are two main rules that we're going to follow for this. And our first rule is when we're going from a large unit, so something like a ruler, to a smaller unit such as inches, we're always going to use multiplication. Super simple. We've been doing that all year. Rule number 2 is when we're going from a small unit, so inches, to a larger unit such as feet or yards, we use division. All right, so some examples, and you can find these on page 409. They give you the measurements and what are equal. So if we look, for example, 1 foot equals 12 inches, 1 yard equals 3 feet, which equals 36 inches, and 1 mile equals 1,760 yards, which equals 5,280 feet. So if you want, this would be what we would add into our notebook on a daily basis. If you guys have that at home, feel free now to add that. If not, you can watch this again and make sure you get that copy down. It's also on page 490 in your textbook. So the next thing I want to go through are some examples. And we're going to do 4 examples, and I have one set up for you already. So our first example, we're going to be going from a large unit to a small unit of measure. So we're going to have yards, our large unit, we're going to be going to inches. So I've already kind of set this up. And how I write it is we have our problem. So 4 yards equals how many inches? Well, I know that 1 yard equals 36 inches. So I would take 4 yards, since we're going from a large to a small, I would take 4 yards times 36 inches, because there's 36 inches in 1 yard, and multiply, there's our dot, together. So off to the side here, 4 times 6 is 24, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14, so we have 144, and this would be labeled inches. All right, so there's one example. So like we normally do, we'll do example 2. And I'll try to keep this as quick as possible so you guys aren't on here all night. But example 2, and we're going to keep it exact same. We're going to go from a large unit to a small unit. And so for example 2, I have 3.4 miles, or 3 4/10 miles, equals blank feet. So the first thing I need to do is you can go back to the notes or on page 490 in your book. Sorry, I'm going to make that look a little better. Or on page 490 in your book, you can figure out, well, I have miles, so I know that in 1 mile, I need to find how many feet. So in 1 mile, we equals 5,280 feet. So what that means I have to do then is take my 3.4 miles, 3 4/10 miles, times 5,280. So if you guys want to do that work, go ahead. I've already solved everything for us. So our answer would be, when we multiply 3.4 times 5,280, would be 17,952 feet. All right, so these are examples of going from a large unit, so miles, it's larger than a foot, to a small, okay? So those are 2 examples of going from a large unit to a small unit. So my next 2 examples are going to be going from a small unit to a large unit. So example number 3, we'll have set up small to large. All right, And once again, I already have these written up for us. So we have 486 inches equals how many yards? So if we go to page 490 again, we can see that 36 inches equals 1 yard. So since we're going from a small to a large, that means we're going to need to divide. So you'll take 486 divided by 36. All right, and this equals 13.5 yards. And remember, this division problem will be set up just like this. And for those of us that need to use repeated addition, remember we can use repeated addition, you can use multiplication. However you solve that is completely okay. And we have one more example, example number 4. It's also going to be a small unit to a large unit. So example number 4, we have 33 feet equals blank yards. So when we do 33 feet by blank yards, this would be, look, I know that there are 3 feet equals 1 yard. So I would have 33 divided by 3, and this equals 11 yards. Sorry, okay? So 11 yards would be your answer. And this problem here would be set up 3 into 33. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you comment or ask them. You can comment below on YouTube. And if you have anything else, be sure to either email me or ask me any questions, and there will be more lessons to come. Hope you guys are doing well. Have a good one.